Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
My friend means to say is that the witness is
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those clankers, they don't sit right with me.
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining? It is unnerving.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult at bay.
He has a point. They make people feel safe, if nothing else.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about. All right. No need to kill the mood.
Gods, Nop. You sure can pick 'em.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh, you're not the master. Just as well.
Lord Gortash is expecting you.
Hush! Patriarchs are upstairs. Lord Janeth could call for me at any moment.
Cult army on the march, killer on the loose, and Mistress Dorenbold still drags me hither and thither.
You hear? My lady says Absolute's army's on the march. There's watchers. We'll hold the line. You best believe.
Head up, chest out. Lord Portier could descend any moment.
Lord, Archduke, God. I'll call Gortash what he wants. As long as Lord Chatshield pays me for all this waiting around.
Bruff's babbling, no time to talk.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Sorry, these dukes are working me to the bone.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him.
Gortash! This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
The tiefling is letting her passions get the better of her. The situation is delicate. Do not be swept up in her emotions.
Fine! Gortash is going to pay.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlach, come and say a proper hello.
My respects? You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my beat up you!
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that Netherstone that you carry. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
You look carefully, but discover nothing.
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. So Ketheric was ready to betray our alliance too. I can't say it comes as a surprise, but you should know this. I initiated this plot. I brought Ketheric and Orin together to create the Absolute. They knew this would only work if we stood united and coordinated our powers. Their ambition blinded them to reason. I don't suffer the same affliction. In short, you can trust me. Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Our tyranny, and we are saviors, defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us. What comes next will be entirely their fault. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. The first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash,
Swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
So there you have it. Lord Enver Gortash in all his glory. What did you make of him? Yeah. Fucker always had expensive taste. I don't know how anyone in this hall could fall for this charade. Isn't it obvious what a chancer he is? And they expect these big metal monsters to tuck them in at night while the Absolute knocks on the gates. If only they knew the truth. The Dead Three orchestrated all of this. And it's working. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Gortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate.
Archduke Gortash, man of the people, the right people.
An Archduke! Finally someone who can stand up to those wretched absolutists.
Ravengard has not once failed this city. If he trusts Gortash, then so do I.
What glory our city, and what glory its future.
Steelwatch has made an impenetrable fortress out of the Sword Coast crown jewel. I can't think of a better endorsement for Gortash than that.
Dearest Karlach, I'd busy myself finding Orin if I were you. I'll still be here for any unfinished business once you've secured your camp.
That's it? That's all you have to say to me?
Were you hoping for something else? A word of wisdom? A hug?
Thanks to you, I don't hope for things anymore. I just take whatever it is I want. See you soon, motherfucker.
You most certainly will.
Your father Once the Grand Duke, now a pawn in the Absolute's game. Your infected minds smolder in each other's presence.
My dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me, just as Gortash said you would. Father and son, unstoppable generals. Together, we will usher in a new dawn. Help me. Ah, the Black Widow caught you in her web. Florrick chose shadow over light. Her betrayal burned deeper than the fires of Avernus. She's been punished for her lies. Don't let her get to you.
Punished? Gods. Don't want to imagine what that entails. Maybe there's still time to find her.
I stilled her tongue. That's the end of the matter.
Within Ravengard's memories, you find Counsellor Florrick. She is confined in a cell right here in Wyrm's Rock.
The sun rises, my boy. My true soul. Are you ready? Why do you say this? Only the shadows would name the sun a tyrant. Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. And you, Gortash, and I will ignite the final spark, my son.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
Help me.
Your tadpole seizes. The prism stills. Ravengard's empty eyes meet yours.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Tyrill's first and only grand city.
First comes a vision of terror. The city of Baldur's Gate taken by Lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming Ravengard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace.
Ravengard hasn't given up yet. His true self is still in there and could yet be saved.
Have we finished, then?
I may speak only to my lord. Terribly sorry.
Hail the Archduke. His safety is my duty.
Finally, a leader worthy of this city.
Thank the living gods, Gortash is here to protect us.
My cousin tells me the Lord have requested a shipment.
An historic day, the city's first Archduke.
We need to look at our own defenses until...
Archduke? Quite something, don't you think? I dare say Baldur himself would approve.
Times of strife produce the finest leaders. Archduke Gortash will be no exception.
Once he's dealt with the cult, Gortash should turn the steel watch on the guild.
Good day to you.
The fabric of the city, in their way, they keep order as well.
Absolute's army won't stand a chance. Gortash will crush them like roaches under his boot.
Fond of Evan.
Commoner made Archduke of Baldur's Gate. I never thought I'd see the day.
What are they thinking? Giving a fellow like that such power? I give him a year, at most.
I'll have to inquire with Cook Darley about...
A good leader knows when to step aside. Ravengard did the right thing.
I am at my lady's service, and hers are...
The city is only as strong as its walls. Gortash understands. The Absolute's blight will be a hard one to cure. Gortash is the Archduke for the job.
The cook has prepared...
Under Gortash, we're safe. More to the point, my fortunes are safe.
In that case, fetch me a bowl of sunfish head stew. The kitchen is fresh out of sunfish, my lady.
Mm-hmm.
Ravengard freed from the Hells. Archduke Gortash secures our borders. Baldur's Gate's future is bright indeed. Quick about it. At once, my lady. Would you... A young Claire is with me. Pray at once. But...
He did it! He's really Archduke. So excited I could jump right out of my boots.
and tell me what you were doing in the house.
Well, your fistiness, we broke down the door because it sounded like somebody was in trouble inside.
The house was on fire. We were rescuing people.
I spoke to a witness who says you entered the house before the fire started.
I don't care how many they
Right there, bloody legs!
What my friend means to say is that the witness must have been...
The Flaming Fist don't stand for trouble. So stay out of it, yeah?
Are they going to arrest us?
I almost believed you this time.
They throw us in jail.
Soldier.
The pride of the gate.
Are they going to arrest us?
Let's rehearse this one more time.
They throw us in jail.
Pretend I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the house.
Well,
Are they going to arrest us? What if they throw us
Better.
in jail?
I almost believed you this time.
calm down.
Going on. What's yours is mine. Put my talents to use. Don't mind if I do. They won't see me coming.
Gortash isn't pulling it.
No trouble at all.
On your way. May Lord Gortash provide. Let's give it a go.
Are they going to arrest
Let's rehearse
us?
this one more time.
What if they throw us in
Pretend
jail?
I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the
Calm
house.
down, dear.
Well,
It won't happen, I swear.
Yes, we broke down the door.
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
I spoke to a witness before the fire started.
You've been saying that for ages, and we're still here. What are they waiting for?
I don't know, dear. I don't know. All we can do is be patient.
Better. I almost believed you this time.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some...
Silence is golden.
Will, what has become of you? No matter. The city, the future, it's done. The Steel Watch happened. I came seeking allies to our cause. Watchers spotted me, dragged me to Ulder's husk, empty as a stare. Your father's a tadpole's puppet, Will. Nothing more. He's spoken accusations. Apostasy. Conspiracy. Sedition. I'll be executed in 5 dawns. You might have unlocked my cell, but there's no escape from this place. You felt him. Extraordinary. Maybe what is lost can be found. When the people need a miracle, you cannot wait for the gods to answer. Ulder's words. I'd almost forgotten. No more sulking. I know what to do. Lead me from my cell. Escort me out of Wyrm's Rock. I'll seek out my connections. When the city streets shatter, you'll want their blades. Well done. Lead the way.
Ready for another round? Jimmy on the go.
Need to stay focused. Moving.
Imperial!
Speak, they burn. Course.
Imperial!
finding my way.
I smell blood. What's it gonna take?
Let's end this. Got to move.
No gloom, all doom. Onward.
What do you want? You're the one pestering old men in cages. Now scram with your sourpuss. You're disturbing my sitting time.
This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out. When the flames roared loudest, you pulled me to safety. Most would have let me burn. I won't forget it. I will travel to the upper city, find what allies I can. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
My old fishing spot. Spent more than a few summer-tide days here.
And did young Will ever catch anything?
Only a few head colds, and a tongue lashing from my worried father.
over there.
That might be worth a look.
Well, well, well. Attention!
Defender of the people. Defender of the people. I'll see what I can do.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Sharp as ever.
Careful. There are traps about.
The magic touch.
My faith will guide me.
Blade at the ready.
Oh, lovely little pick-me-up.
Rehearse this one more time. Pretend I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the house.
Well, you're...
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
Was in trouble. Inside.
No time to talk. I have clients to brief, and they're as sharp as spoons.
Did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree. And the drama's not over. Not by a long shot. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated. To the slaughter, the way I hear it. Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there? I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Gortash. All livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
You're having a chopping laugh.
We lost most of our herd to wolves on the way here. We've got almost nothing left. And you want to take that from us?
You should have added pictures.
Go on then. You think you can do better? Which me your story.
All right, here's one for you. Did you hear about the raddies that became a crop?
you just focus on the paper selling and leave the writing to me.
I just hope somewhere has good warm here. Sleep without decent drink. Just be ready to leave when the time comes, or preferably before.
Jack, I know you're hurting, but it won't bring us back, will it?
I know. I just don't want to lose anyone else, right?
You won't lose us. We've come this far, haven't we? Whatever happens.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a gazette? Thank you.
Safe for now, at least. The army of the Absolute can't be more than a few days away.
It's such a misery, but we're here now. Now they've got city walls and steel watchers to get through.
That's the spirit. Next stop, Baldur's Gate's cushiest inn.
Remember?
Oh, I've got
Being done here busted her skull. I didn't see her make no trouble.
I know her. That's Ulder. She's no thief.
Stay back! And stay calm. I'm warning you. She was on the list.
After we settle in.
Or maybe two.
And you?
One blow! One blow and she drops like she's dead. Well, maybe she is.
You really won't feel it.
Not a thing. Don't hold back.
Brace yourself. That felt great.
You're very welcome, sir.
It's too late to stop it now.
The Elfsong Tavern. I wonder if my old things are still there. They could be of use to you.
What can we do? Embrace it. The mistress of the sea loves us all. Her fondest wish is to free us from the agony we have.
The Elfsong Tavern.
Chucking themselves into the jumper.
Pardon me, sir. You look prosperous. I'll bet you have someone who'd like a nice piece of jewellery. At discount price. For a good cause. Escape. Escape from Baldur's Gate for my husband and me. Lord Gortash wants Marik's head, so we have to get out. There's a smuggler's sloop leaving for Waterdeep with 2 berths left. But the captain wants a fortune for him. This necklace is all I have. Thank you, sir. You've done me a kindness.
That puffed up parvenu, Gortash, an archduke. However did they find a crown big enough for his head?
You talk about the honor of your order, but what about my honor? I made a deal.
Stug, if you want to join the Vigilant Knights, you have to quit beating people up.
My sister Gerva has talked me into joining her Holy Helm Order, but I got a job to finish first.
Breaking the knees of debtors for the guild isn't honest work, and you know it. That's why you're giving it up.
But I already took the money for it from Uktar, so I gotta follow through. It's like an oath or something. And I know you understand oaths, Gerva.
What am I going to tell the Vigilant Knights, Doug? That you're knee-breaking for goodness? You know that's right, Stug. If Uktar sends someone after you, I'll back you up. And so will the rest of the knights.
You say that now, but you haven't met Uktar's enforcer, Elliot. No, you're right. I'm sick of the whole business. If Elliot comes looking for me, we'll find a way to deal with him.
I know you said porter, but we only have ale.
I sure wouldn't want to be one of the Flaming Fists. They got the shittiest job in town. Believe me, I know something about knocking heads together.
I've been thinking about it. No, I feel bad about all them refugees, but we just can't let them flood into the city. We'd be overwhelmed. In fact, that's probably the Absolute Army's plan.
A new Archduke? Fancy. Never had one of them before.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder would had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self? Going to make this place famous, I reckon. Victim is a bloody duke. Berlin Stellmain. Well, she was a duke. Now she's just bloody. I reckon I'll be able to charge double for that room once the constable's done with it. Murders and ghosts are always grand for business. At least, I hope. It's been slim picking since the Absolute butchered that supply convoy. But have a look. Fill your boots, mate.
Rovia burned the bullier base again, and now I have to scrub the pot. Some chef he is.
The cellars are just down the stairs. There, you'll find my old lodgings.
faith will protect me.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Getting close. The wine cellar. There's a hidden door that leads further in. The mechanism to open it is somewhere among the wine racks. On the other side, you'll find a passageway, known only to those invited to do business.
What's that?
Hear that? The psionic detector. There are Githyanki close by.
Githyanki. Blackith has found us. Get rid of them, quickly!
We will be ready. In the meantime, tear every brick out of you. What a pleasant surprise. Here you are, as brazen as described. The gloomed soul who thieved from our queen. Of course you had help, didn't you? From the illithid you carry inside the astral prism. How quaint that we should meet here, in the very place that it once called home. We know all about the Emperor and its dealings with you. Though I must confess, its peculiar relationship with you threw us off course for a while. Most illithids prefer to dominate their thralls through transformation. Yet here you stand, only partially transformed. Tell me, what did it offer you in exchange for your servitude? And you would trust an illithid to do such a thing? You have fallen prey to its manipulation. Your story ends here. We will reclaim the astral prism, purge it of the illithid interloper, and restore it to our queen.
What are you doing?
My dear child, I already know all there is to know. I will liberate you from your puppet master, Chamazala Blackith!
Fleet of foot.
Got it.
For the Queen!
Indeed.
Heading there.
on, Karlach. Show them who you are. Want another?
She exhausts her forces soon. Now search the room.
That helped.
There's a statue that conceals the way through. I'll reveal it to you.
I'm spent. I should unwind in camp.
That might be worth a look. That's curious.
My old home. Thank you for bringing me back. Look around. You'll find some of my things still intact. Perhaps even useful to you.
What's that?
My old sword. My first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore. It's yours, if you want it.
That's curious.
My cutlery set. A gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still. There she is, in all her glory. Jubelin Stelmane, my old partner.
That might be worth a look.
My old wardrobe. The home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be.
What's that?
A shell. A keepsake from my final voyage. Pinched in a moment of sentimentality. recipe for fiddlehead soup. A favorite meal of mine. When I had need of meals like that.
Something over there.
An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain me now.
That might be worth a look.
The chains I used to buy my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could.
It's not safe here. It's too late for me, but not for you. Run, as fast as your legs can carry you. Orin happened. She seized me from our camp, bore me here to Baal's enclave. She slit my belly and filled her cup with my blood. A toast, she said, to her false god. She told me when her cup ran dry, she'd come for the rest of me. I'm done for. I will hold her off as long as I'm able. Run while you still can. Don't even think about fighting her. This foe is too powerful. You face her already.
Look at it, crawling and sniffing and rooting around in the filth. Is it my Netherstone you seek, little piggy? Hush, hush. Orin will take care of you and your little pet. Nothing. No, not a thing. Still gasping and gagging on the foul airs of Baal's temple. I will not slice. Her kind die too easily. The Murder Lord demands a better offering. Something new. Sticky, sweet, and delicious. He wants you. Kethric's killer turned the corpse lover to carrion when you took his stone. Oh, but he was a dull kill. No blood to spill, no guts to rip, a desiccated husk, all dust and hollow. You must be sharpened before you set your edge against my skin. Against the tyrant's throat, of course.
You've heard Gortash's whispers. I see how your skull swarms with his promises. He whinges and wails over the crown of Karsus, wanting to command it without me. Oh, how I long to slit his poxy smile from ear to ear. But I can't touch him. He bound my blade when we first conspired. Gortash didn't want me at first. Didn't trust me. Got me to wag my tongue, swear an oath never to hang him from the hooks. Drip drain him into father's open jaws. You must kill the tyrant. Take the Netherstone from his corpse and bring it to my temple.
There we slice and shred each other. The survivor claims the stones. What's left of the other is balls. Agree, and I will bring my assassins to heal. They watch you always, longing to spray the crimson from your veins. Refuse me, and you'll learn what happens to those who defy Baal's doctrine. So will your friend.
Orin demands a fight to the death. The prize for the victor, the Netherstones, and the chance to control the crown alone. Accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse, and your companion's life may be forfeit, as might your own. Orin's assassins will hunt you like prey for slaughter.
Allies? No. We had a balance. The chosen three. But it tumbled when you turned the Bone Lord to ash. Now, Gortash tries to gouge me from the city. That festering inadequate thinks me a flesher, butchering and cleaving only to whip the herd towards his tin men's oppression. You must kill him. Gore him like a pig prepped for the spit. Only then will you be sweet and sharp, ready for the Murder Lord's purpose. Need? No. I do not need. You are made of nothing. Meaningless flesh and bone. I do not need. I offer. Baal's age approaches, and you could be there to see it. An idol of flesh, made to welcome his bleeding dawn. There is time for you yet. Time to save. Do not underestimate his steel watch. Seek their cradle in the lower city and skewer their skull meat. Make them rust and blood. Then you can gore the lordling again and again and again. But listen close, Bone Killer. Step in my domain while the tyrant still sucks air, and I will carve your failure into your pretty plaything's skull. Bring me his stone, and I will set the bait free. Only then can you and I make exquisite butchery. The victor will set the world to slaughter. That is Baal's offer. He will not make another.
Come on, let's go.
Lost in thought.
Could go for a good meal.
There is work to do.
Where am I needed?
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need...
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead? The girl has left to hew her own path. She left behind a... Hast thou other business?
What can I do for you, my friend?
How can I help?
What's on your mind?
I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men puff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. He's protected by his steel watch for now. And Orin will have her own defenses, should we choose to play the part of Gortash's bloodhounds. We cannot expect either of the Chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all three stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of. I have. And while I do not love my conclusion, that does nothing to change it. The Harpers are the city's best information network. With them out of action, we shall have to fall back on second best. 9 fingers keen.
9 fingers. As a child, your father spoke her name in anxious whispers. She runs the guild, which in turn runs every criminal enterprise in the city.
Nine Fingers is much more than a thief. Nothing happens in this city that she doesn't learn of, sooner or later. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I will let you do the talking.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Fine. What's on your mind? No notes. You've exceeded my every expectation. Even if I could have made it this far without you, I don't think I'd have wanted to.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. Wounds have healed. Damage has been undone. Balance has been restored. Those who seek to serve nature there can once again do so with all their hearts. There have been difficulties. Some initiates harbor too much admiration for Korga's course of action. Francesca will do what she must to rid them of such notions. She is well suited to the task. Better than I, perhaps. To cleanse a land of shadows is one thing, but to sway a heart from a dark path is another matter entirely. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid, to be a leader. Still, though, I cannot help but wonder if there was more I could have done. Perhaps, Oakfather willing, I may yet have the chance someday. Forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely, and for so long, I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice, adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy fucking hells!
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlach. Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain. Always were your father's son. Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Seems you've got a new mission, pup. Go save your father. He's locked in a very nasty place. Gortash's secret command center and prison. Lucky for you, I know the way in. I'll mark your map. After all, a deal's a deal. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Since we arrived in the city, I can't help but feel a little anxious. But I'm not sure I know why. Thank you. Now I have plenty of specifics to worry about. That wasn't what I meant, though. I don't think it's what happens if we fail that concerns me. We'll be beyond our worries at that point. I think what bothers me is what happens if we succeed. I've never been able to write my own future. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Well, I want to save my parents, of course. Take them away. Far from Shah's influence. Someplace peaceful. Away from the city, perhaps. I'd like room for animals. Lots of them. All shapes and sizes, so long as they appreciate a warm fire and more affection than they know what to do with. I want to grow flowers. I want to be surrounded by colors every day. I'm tired of darkness. Yes. I want to share it all with you, if you're willing. and it sounds like I have everything I need. More of life than I'd ever imagined possible without Shah.
Why the stunned face? You look like you've seen a devil. I am a woman of my word. Go to Gortash's secret prison, and I'll help you spring your daddy free. Of course, you could always leave him to rot. But that would make your sacrifice worthless, and I know you wouldn't want that. Focus on the elder brain, Will. I'd hate to clog that infected head of yours with needless details. You're a gifted hunter, pup. And Zariel's made her share of enemies in and out of the hells. Devils, demons, deserters. They're a great burden on the Lord of the First. Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. The clause holds, Will. Don't tug on my leash, and you'll be stalking only the wickedest prey. It's a win-win. You have the best ideas. Oh, you always were an inquisitor. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. As well you know, Will. How I adore it. The delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead, after all. Why? I'm supplying you with every scrap of your infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
They say that home is where a person can be their truest selves, without guile, without pretense. You did well to see off the Githyanki who'd invaded mine. And now that you have seen where I come from, you know all there is to know about me. At least, all that matters. The flavors of my favorite fiddlehead soup, should you wish to experience it for yourself. The very first reward I gifted myself on completion of my first adventure. The garments with which I concealed and later constructed my appearance as the Emperor. We spoke of my relationship with Duke Berlin Stelmane, a story I have told no one else. I have no more secrets from you. No need to resort to subterfuge. We are true allies now, working towards a common goal. I've learned to adapt my methods to your needs. The only way we were ever going to get close enough to the brain to destroy it was by working together. But few would trust a mind flayer. So I did what I had to convince you. I studied you. Your motivations, your actions, your desires. I deduced the best way to align your goals with my own. I couldn't take the risk. An elder brain leaves no room for error. I needed your absolute dedication to the cause. I anticipated the challenge, and I anticipated your resistance. What I didn't anticipate was how reasonable you would be. You don't like to be coddled, cajoled. But you responded well to logic, to rational arguments, to cold, hard facts. You saw straight to the core of what really mattered. As did I. Sometimes, I felt almost like we were dancing our way towards something deeper. You know, this might be our last chance to explore the possibility of a deeper relationship. Is that something you want?
The back of your mind warms with a rush of feeling, the Emperor's feeling. Heat, care, arousal.
Not the time. Forget I said anything. Let's move on to more important things. The Elder Brain's hive mind has grown to monstrous proportions. And through the Crown's magic, It has complete control over each and every member. It was intelligent before, but now, with its hive mind established across the city, it is well on its way to becoming indestructible. We must stop it while we still can, before we too become its slaves.
As you drift into sleep, you feel a certain disappointment. The Mind Flayer was very quick to abandon its attentions on you.
It can't have been easy to resign yourself to keeping the pact. But I'm glad you choose your father. A shame. I thought we were doing well together. Perhaps I'll see you at camp. Farewell.
Oh, Will. There is such a thing as being too good, you know? I don't want Zariel to have you. I can't stand it, but it's done, isn't it?
If the gods are gods, they won't let Will Ravengard's soul stay forever in the hands of Zariel. You're too precious for that.
Time and again, your plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. Your father owes you his gratitude. I hope for your sake he is gracious enough to offer it, given what it cost.
You gave up your freedom to save your father? I will never understand you, Ravengard.
That preening vulture seems intent on haunting our camp. I suppose we shall find out if her kind sleep, and how heavily. I think that if I had the chance to snatch someone I loved from the jaws of death, I would not be asking for anyone else's opinion. You are a good man, Will. And that is what your devil will use to bind you, in as many ways as she knows how. A man might twist himself into something else just to escape that collar. But I have no such fears for the blade. As you wish.
You sacrificed a great deal for your family, Will. The pact may stand, but the strength of your character is clear.